Romanesco is one of the most underappreciated brassicaceae in the whole family. I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd, and I'm going to make a case why you should grow it in your garden. Romanesco is a cool season vegetable, just like its cousins, broccoli and cauliflower. However, it has a broccoli growth habit instead of a cauliflower growth habit. So if you've had trouble growing cauliflower where you live, if your temperatures don't fluctuate enough to trigger head growth, you do need to get a little bit of chill for cauliflower to head up. And if you don't get that, you might end up with giant leaves and no head. That can also be a nutrient issue, but this is something more common in cauliflower, whether or not your soil has enough nutrients. So, Romanesco is easier to grow. That's number one. The second thing is that Romanesco will produce a little bit later than your broccoli. You can see here that broccoli has already gone to seed, which I'm leaving it for the bees, but my Romanesco is just getting started. So you can plant it and stagger it so that you're getting a harvest later than your broccoli. If you've run out of broccoli, you're still up for Romanesco. You can see over here that this one is just getting started, and we're pretty late in the season, but I'm excited for this to come for a late season meal. And on the nerdy side, you can teach your kids and yourself about Fibonacci numbers, because the shape of Romanesco is that of a fractal. And Fibonacci, the person attributed to coming up with the idea of this fractal shape, it's basically you're taking the first two numbers and adding them together and you get the third number, and then when you add the second number and the third number together, you get the fourth number, and so on, and it creates a spiral shape in math. So have fun explaining that to anyone who will listen. You can sometimes find Romanesco as seedlings at your nursery, or you can request it, or you can start it from seed at the same time you would broccoli and cauliflower. Best to start indoors 6 to 8 weeks prior to your last frost, and then plant them out when the soil is warm enough and thawed. It's a good idea to do a soil test first. Make sure you've got plenty of phosphorus and potassium in your soil to trigger that growth of the head. If you end up with spindly growth or a very small head, or a head that separates right away, you're probably low in phosphorus and potassium. Similarly to cauliflower, sometimes Romanesco can take on a color if it's exposed to the sun. So usually Romanesco grows a little further deeper down. It's a little self-blanching, but you may need to pin some leaves closed across the top of it to keep it from changing color. It'll get a purple hue, still perfectly edible, but something you should know. To harvest Romanesco, you would check it the same way that you would broccoli and cauliflower. Squeeze the head. It should be firm to your touch. If it starts to give a little under a squeeze, then it's time to harvest it, no matter what size it is. When it comes to cooking Romanesco, I do a similar treatment to I would with broccoli or cauliflower. I usually put it in a pan with just about 1/4 inch of water and a lid, steam it in that water for about 8 minutes, then turn off the heat, drain the water, turn the heat back on, add a little olive oil, some chili flakes, and some garlic, and you're good to go. When you are done harvesting your Romanesco, you can cut it down to the soil surface and it will regrow. It will take a long time, but you could get a second harvest out of it if you don't have too much of a frost. Here in our Gardenerd headquarters, we cut down our Romanesco just below the soil surface, and it grew new shoots, and we left it there, and we got an entire second harvest. And because it was on old roots, they were very sturdy and they did not suffer in the summer sun. So give Romanesco a try in your cool season garden. It will liven up your plate and your garden and be something you might not have grown before. For more information about growing Romanesco and other brassicaceae, check out gardenerd.com. You'll find a lot of information about this also in my book, High Yield, Small Space, Organic Gardening. Check out my other books, my online courses, and consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all the free stuff we do here at Gardenerd. Patreon supporters get access to behind-the-scenes goodies like monthly tours of Gardenerd headquarters, hangouts with me, and expedited answers to your burning gardening questions. Happy gardening!